It's really important. It's important to hear from all perspectives.
And I know that a big thing now is CPS, and we're going to get into that a little bit and discuss that. What's the issue there involving CPS?
I think it was May when we got our first letter to the editor, and we've got several. I mean, every month we've had people writing in about feeling that their rights are being violated, that in the courts that they're feeling like that they're just tearing their families apart, you know, and that there's based on no good reason. And we're not saying that. We're actually working on an investigative story now, and we have a journalist in the audience, Arcangela. She's working on an in-depth piece, and so soon, I think it's going to be January, around that time, we'll be publishing that. But you know, social service workers, you know, the workers, they have a really hard job, and so it's our job to make sure that they're heard too.
Okay, you want to tell us a little bit about your involvement in the paper?
Hello. Basically, I have been meeting with people about the Child Protective Services story in the area. I've actually met with people in Schenectady who have had very negative experiences with Child Protective Services. And basically, I've heard their stories and gone to court and been very sympathetic to what they're going through, which they seem to be having a very difficult time. And I've also been able to speak to some government officials about the story, just because it is important that we remain objective and get different perspectives on the whole scenario. So basically, I was able to interview William Scarborough, who is with the Division of Children and Families.
Assemblyman
Yeah, Assemblyman William Scarborough. And basically what he had to say is that he feels that many of the social workers involved with Child Protective Services, and this is a side that we really haven't been able to go and investigate yet because it is difficult to get a hold of the social workers, and there's laws against that. But basically, he feels that many of the caseworkers are overloaded, that a lot of the funding has been cut and it's not getting there, and generally, social service workers are supposed to have about 12 cases per person. He's saying it's more like 25 to 40, which makes their jobs extremely difficult. So that's a side that we also want to look at and that we're going to probably be investigating as part of the story. But again, we're still very open to hearing other people's individual cases and their frustration with CPS. So that's important as well.
If I may actually speak on this. Obviously, our government is here to serve us, the people, and a service such as Child Protective Services theoretically is a good thing. It's about protecting children. If it gets to the point of where it's actually breaking down the families, as Kimberly was saying, we've received some letters, then it's not serving its purpose and actually defeating its purpose. When we said that we got some letters, we got 4 letters in a period of 3 months, and again, at this time, our circulation is just 7,000 per month. Statistically speaking, that's cause to be concerned, in my opinion, that we were getting 4 letters in that span of time.
It's more like 12. We published 4.
Wow, I'm sorry. Then I was actually even aware of some more that we were getting, and it's good that we're getting these, and I very much encourage people to continue sending in anything actually that they would like to be brought to our attention.
Has anyone in the audience had any experiences with CPS, positive or negative? Sure.
Negative
Stand on up.
story. Hello, my name is Juan Duran. I'm a father that loves his daughter, and Kimberly Feliciano wrote my opinion on here. And if you like, I don't mind if I can read it.
Sure.
It's a very short story. It says, Father's Rights. It's asking the question. Opinion by Juan Duran, that's me. I am an ex-correction officer, by the way, and I know how the system kind of works. There's a lot of things out there that people need to be aware of. But on this issue, I'm fighting a court system. It has to do with a little girl named Brittany Justina Duran, who is my daughter. She's a 9-year-old. And proudly I can say, I would like the world to know how special and important children are to fathers. A good father is a father that listens and caters to the needs of their children. It is important to interact emotionally and spiritually. I am very blessed to have the relationship I have with my daughter, Brittany. I want to inform families that the rights of fathers are being violated by the corrupt system in the family courts, including Greene County. My visitation rights have been violated continuously since the year 2000. by incompetent, corrupt judges who should be held accountable. False accusations without a trial or investigation. I belong to the Fathers' Rights Association, which brings awareness to people who have children in the court system. Elections are coming, and we would like to put an end to the abuse and mistreatment of righteous fathers. For the future of our children, let them have love, peace, and joy. For more information or to get involved, call the Fathers' Rights Association at 518-869-9463 or go to www.fafny.org. And here's a picture of my daughter Brittany and I. And it's talking about Brittany has been living with her father, with her mom since the parents divorced. She said she would rather live with her dad, but unfortunately, the courts do not recognize that, and the regular visits with her dad may be soon suspended. I've been fighting the court system and asking for help, and what police prove, okay, they're not doing anything. We're just, I'm sorry to say that, but we're just like a paycheck to the system, to the society.
You feel like court systems aren't fair to fathers at all?
Very unfair, and anybody can go in a courtroom and they can see this. This is just one way. The children's rights are being violated. The most important thing is that the child is happy, it's content, it's doing well, and that the child is being taken care of by the parents. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Some parents do care, some don't, and I just want to see justice be brought to the attention of the public, what goes on. CPS, that child should have been removed from her mother because of the...
So you feel they should investigate it further before they make that decision?
Yes, big time, big time.
It's an assumption that they make. Is that what you're saying?
And they should really step up to the plate. And if they're being paid, we're paying them out of our taxes, they should step up to the plate and do the right thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who else did I have? Somebody else then? Sure, stand on up. Oh, excuse me.
Hi. Sometimes CPS gets cases like, let's say there's two friends and the one person gets mad at the other person, they stop talking. It's easy for them just to pick up the phone, call the hotline number, and say that that person's being a bad parent. And usually those are the cases where the kids get taken away. And then there's other cases where the kids aren't being taken away and they need to be taken away. But the people, like, when you have the people that get mad at the other people and they're calling, they're saying, oh, yeah, this person's doing this, that, and whatever, they jump on that real quick. And usually it's nothing but somebody being vindictive. And they don't, like, investigate it enough to see that, oh, wow, these people were once friends. If there was really a problem, they were really friends, and they would have called as soon as they seen there really was a problem with the children.
Should they investigate that first before they make decisions?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is just, you raise an excellent point. It's become a witch hunt. I mean, it literally, back in the days when people were accusing their neighbors of being witches, it was literally just, I had a dream, point at them, and therefore they were already presumed guilty when they're going before that court at the time. And it works very much in the same way. You're absolutely right. You say, oh, that person is being abusive. The presumption is that you're telling the truth. Of course, we want to protect the children, so they rush right in there. And as far as are they doing enough investigation, well, hopefully Arcangela is actually digging into that with her investigation about how they do effectively go after some cases, but that maybe some are falling through the cracks. And I think that's where our letters to the editors are coming from, is people that perhaps are falling between their fingers.
Okay, and you had something to say? Stand on up.
Well, there's a whole nother angle that ain't been being looked at, where the children should end up being taken away for the protection of the parent. Because the childs end up, and the caseworkers or social workers, they end up doing everything they can to keep the child in the home while they're abusing the parent, stealing from the parent, taking their belongings and selling them for whatever needs that they have. May it be alcohol or drug or whatever.
So you're saying protect the parents, and it's not about, in this case, protecting the children, but it's protecting the parents from those children?
Yep.
It seems like maybe that might be something like juvenile, you think that that would be adopting the children out, though, scenario?
Courts should end up seeing it and recognize it and doing what they can just to end up protecting the parent.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Instead of always aiming at protecting the child, whether it be the child doing it or the parents doing it. Mm-hmm. Protect the child, get them the hell out of there if they need. And if not, butt your nose out.
Okay. Thank you.